Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Halo Effect. I am your host, Robert Lockhart. Now, before we get started, I really want to touch on something and get something off my chest. At any sporting event, if you got a celebrity in the house, you want to show, hey, this guy's a fan. Cool. Fine by me. When you show them 20 to 30 times, now we have an issue. I tune in to a baseball game or a football game or a hockey game or a UFC fight to watch said event. I want to see that game. I want to see that fight. I don't want to see some celebrity in the attendance so many damn times that it just takes away from the event. I mean, somebody want to enlighten me why they would do this? And frankly, I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm getting it off my chest because I feel like I need to. But I'm sick of hearing about it. I mean, everywhere I go, everything I look at, it's driving me crazy. Now, I don't blame said person. I blame the on-air personalities that bring it up. I blame the on-air interviewers that bring it up. And I blame the producer for telling the cameraman to do it on a constant basis. That's who I blame. I want to watch the game or I want to watch the fight. I don't need to see some celebrity doing whatever. That's not why I'm watching. So, honestly, if I wanted to see Taylor Swift 20 to 30 times, you know what? I go to a Taylor Swift show. And if I do go to a Taylor Swift show, please God call 911 because either I've been kidnapped or I've lost my mind and have been committed. Please. So, with that said, that's all done. That's all over with. Baseball season's getting ready to start. So, hey, let's talk about that, huh? What's been going on? Not a whole lot. Big market free agents still out there. The big four still out there. Guys, you got to come down on your price tags. You know, pitchers and catchers have already reported. Come Sunday, position players are going to report, and there's already some there anyway. There's already a lot of position players there. Some who are rehabbing, some who just want to get an early start. With that said, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, Cody Bellinger, guys, come down on your price tags. Yeah, Matt Chapman, you too. You got to come down on your price tag. JD Martinez, same thing, man. You got to come down on your price tag. Now, granted, you're only going to sign for 1 year because you're in that position where 1-year contracts are probably best for you. But the other guys, come down on your price tags. Doesn't matter if you are a Scott Boras client. I mean, makes no sense. You're holding out for big money while players are starting to get ready to go. That's just ridiculous. So, with that said, I mean, I think everyone can pretty much agree with me when I say the rest of this offseason has just kind of been a snooze fest. Not really a whole lot's been going on. I mean, lately I've been getting a lot of puff pieces. One of my personal favorites at this point in time has been, have you seen what Shohei Ohtani did his second at-bat at batting practice? Gee, I wonder where this is headed. The guy writes an entire article to tell us that Shohei Ohtani, on the second swing of his batting practice, cleared the right center field wall. Yeah? That shocks you? I mean, what are you going to tell us next? The sky's blue? Or how about the grass is green? How about water's wet? The man's been compared to Babe Ruth his entire career thus far because he pitches and hits. It does both very, very well. So, if this was surprising to you, man, what rock have you been hiding under? I mean, it's just weird to me. Like, why would you write about that? I mean, I get these guys have to write about something. That's their job. They're sports writers. But, I mean, come on. I mean, all you really have to do is say, hey, Otani's into the swing of things. He looks pretty healthy for at least being able to swing the bat instead of, and not just pitching the ball. Well, he's not going to be pitching at all in 2024, but at least he's swinging the bat. Good for him. Now, but, I mean, seriously, that's how you really want to title your article? I mean, your entire article was about his second swing of his at bat. Well, for the most part, anyway. I just don't. I don't get why you would tell us that. It's duh. Hello. That's pretty much a given. And at this point in time, obviously the Angels have not replaced his production. They haven't done it on the mound. They haven't done it at the plate. Now I know they're still talking to people, but you know, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The main guys they're talking to are Scott Boras' clients. It's Blake Snell and Cody Bellinger. I get it. I do. I really understand, you know, what wanting them to come down on the price tags. That's got to be necessary. That's just nuts. I mean, obviously Bellinger's a health risk. I mean, he showed that he could still be Cody Bellinger, but those couple of seasons where he was dealing with injuries, it's again, it just looks too much like what we're dealing with Rendon. Again, Blake Snell's got to come down on his price tag because, dude, you are not that elite. You're good. You're very good. You're not elite. So, dude, way down. Way down. Jordan Montgomery is most likely going to go back to Texas. That's generally where everyone believes he's going to go. And it's probably the best bet, too. I mean, why wouldn't you? You had major success there. Hello. Just, yep, again, if your price tag's too high and they're just kind of hemming and hawing on what you're asking, dude, come down on your price tag. You know, what's the difference between a 20, 30 mil? Who cares? You're still going to get well over 100. Take it. Run with it. Enjoy it. Live like a king, my friend. Live like a king. However you want to do it. But at this point in time, just what I've seen from the Angels, all they've really done is just add bullpen pieces. Now, I like Matt Moore. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he did very good for the Angels last year. Robert Stevenson looks like he's starting to turn a corner and be just one of the most dominant pitchers in relief pitching. So, I mean, it was basically just half a season from Tampa Bay. But let's see if he can actually bring that to the Angels bullpen and be that dominant. That would be nice. I would really like to see that. But some of the other signings I don't get. Luis Garcia I don't get. He was terrible for the Angels when he was with them. And he was not very good for the Padres over the last few seasons. Jose Cisneros had one good year in 2022. He had a very good season out of the bullpen. Other than that, he's had a majorly inflated ERA. 4.5 ERA, 9.5 ERA, a 5.31 ERA last year. This guy's career ERA is very high for a man who pitches one inning. And what bugs me is they DFA'd and released Adam Warren. I mean, I know the guy's coming off Tommy John surgery, but this guy's been good for you over the last few years. Adam Warren is now in the bullpen for San Francisco. You know, I sincerely hope you can get Cisneros to be like this 2022 self, because otherwise you screwed yourself pretty bad. So, I mean, honestly, I would love to sit down with Perry Minasian and just pick his brain. Like, I want to see where you're coming from on this. I want to know, because from what I've seen, it's just a bad decision. Like I said, Warren went through Tommy John surgery. He's probably not going to be available out of the bullpen until probably June, maybe July. But, I mean, at least he'd be productive. I don't see anything good coming out of Cisneros. I probably don't see anything good coming out of Garcia. The only thing good about these guys is they're only there for a year. Just 1 year. I mean, like I said, we got some really young guys who are coming up through the system that will take their place in the bullpen pretty soon. Ben Joyce, for certainty, is going to do that. I have a lot of faith in Eric Torres. I have a lot of faith in Patrick Murphy, Adam Murphy. His name is Murphy. I know that one. And then this guy they drafted last year, Camden Minacci, out of Wake Forest. Got a lot of faith in these guys coming up through the system. There's a few international signings that they have that look like they're going to be really good out of the bullpen. I still think Victor Mataros is going to wind up in the bullpen. He's not a starter. His control is way off. And unless he can improve on that, he's definitely destined for the bullpen. So, these are some of the things that I kind of, would love to discuss. I would really like to know, what criteria did you go through? What exactly were you thinking on this one? One question I still have is, is Sam Bachman going to be a starter? Are you going to stretch him out this spring? He's your first round pick from a couple of years ago. Maybe want to start getting him, used to starting rather than being in the bullpen? Or is that where you believe he's destined to be? Do you believe he's destined to be, bullpen piece, possibly your future closer when Carlos Estevez is no longer there? I don't know. No one's really said anything. Maybe telling somebody about this would, put some of our minds at ease. What are we going to be doing with our, first round pick from a few years ago? Is he just going to be a bullpen piece, or will you stretch him out to be a starter? Could he possibly be the ace of your rotation in the future? These kinds of questions should probably be answered at some point in time. Is we're all a little kind of, what's going on here? What are we going to do? And that is one thing about Perry that is kind of a blessing and a curse in our case. The man came up through the system. He knows his stuff. He knows scouting. He obviously scouted very well, which shocks me in some of the signings that he's made or some of the trades that he's made. I'm just trying to figure this out. But the man's got to be smarter. There's got to be a method to the madness. So, honestly, I may have questions, but I'm going to sit back and just see what he does. So, in the meantime, and I'm just going to show a little bit of faith in the general manager. I'm going to show a little bit of faith in their coaching staff to see what these guys can do and if they can get our young guys to take the next step. If they can't, great. That'd be awesome. So, that's kind of what I'm looking for. My guess simply is, rather than really kind of bring in major pieces, they kind of want to see what they have and go from there. And if they can bring something out in these guys and they don't need, the bigger pieces, awesome. But my guess is that's what they're doing. Is they're just seeing what they have first before they do anything else. Why overpay somebody when you don't need them? Obviously, a question you would want to ask Billy Epler when he signed Anthony Rendon. Still want to know that one. Because I'm guessing you got whacked in the head somewhere down the road there, Bill. But that's beside the point. That's all beside the point. So, in conclusion, in review, let's say, why is somebody telling us that Shohei Ohtani hit a ball over the wall in batting practice? Why haven't the Angels replaced Ohtani's production at the plate and on the mound? Why haven't they told us anything about Sam Bachman? You know, what he's going to be doing. Is he going to be a reliever? Is he going to be a starter? And most importantly, why am I still getting Taylor Swift on my Facebook feed? I guess mysteries only Sherlock Holmes' smarter brother can answer. And on that cheap Gene Wilder gag, I'm going to end it there. Let's see what you got guys. Go Halos.